I gotta keep it a buck. I'm feeling you, Allison.
I can't deny that I feel a spark too. So if you're okay with Craig knowing all about it, then I'm definitely open to a solo encounter with you.
It's Monday, and Beyond the Gates had another solid Monday episode. I feel like Monday episodes are usually pretty damn good on this show. Last week's was a little weaker, but usually Mondays start the week off great, and I thought today did just that. Before we get into it, got to promote the Patreon, patreon.com/OCGTV. Watching 1992 One Life to Live right now and reacting to it. Gonna be starting some 1986 Days of Our Lives this week too, I hope. Let's get to the episode. And we're gonna get to Dana in a second, who cracked me up all episode. But the most interesting thing to me this episode was Chelsea. I've been waiting for the show to dig deeper into this Chelsea sleeping with a couple storyline that is boundary pushing, especially for American daytime television. And I am not disappointed in what we got with today. The last time we saw Chelsea with the couple, whose names I believe are Allison and Craig. Don't quote me on the Craig. But the last time we saw them, Allison was looking like she was really into Chelsea. And it turns out when Chelsea did sleep with that open swinger couple that wanted a threesome with her, again, Allison was digging Chelsea and Chelsea was digging Allison. And today Chelsea went to Martin, who of course is in a gay relationship with Smitty, to discuss this. I like that Chelsea doesn't like labels. I like how open she is to everything. And I like that she went to Martin mostly because this was the first time, she slept with women before, but this is the first time she's felt something more with the woman. She's feeling a lot more with Allison, despite Allison being a married woman, technically. So that's why she went for Martin to help. I don't think Martin was much help because Martin is not very open. Yeah, he is a gay man, but he is very closed off and quite conservative from the way he is portrayed on the show. Now, Chelsea then met up with Allison to be more open about how she's feeling her. And I enjoyed those scenes. I enjoyed Allison explaining her relationship with her husband. They have an open relationship. They have good communication. And Chelsea is telling Allison that she wants Allison by herself with no Craig involved. And Allison seems okay with that as long as Craig knows about this. She's saying that her and Craig talk about everything. They're open about everything. And that's why their marriage and their open marriage, I guess, works. So I like that Allison's marriage seems to be very transparent with where they stand. And I like how Naomi is digging Allison and trying to be communicating that to her. I don't know which direction this story will go. Will Chelsea steal this woman away from her husband? Is that what she wants to do? Or will the husband not like how far this keeps going? Because I do think Allison is into Chelsea as well. At least that's what they showed us last time before the threesome again. So love this button pushing storyline that some people are probably going to be too conservative about it, but for me, I like seeing something like this on daytime television. Because back in the day, soap operas used to push boundaries. Let's push them again so you're not irrelevant so much, soap operas. How about that? Now let's move on to Dana. She was on one today, and I loved every second of it. I've always been pretty open with my love for the character of Dana / Leslie / the multiple names you could call her. I like that we started the episode with her talking with Mona and Ashley's mom, whose name I never remember. Because they're like the have-nots that eat at Orphe Jeans, and Dana was telling them that they mean the world to her and she wouldn't have been able to start over in this new city without them. And to them, it felt like kind of a goodbye. And in a way, if the truth comes out this week, which it seems like it's going to, because of some previews and promos out there, they're going to have to see Leslie in a new light, because she's not Leslie. She's Dana. And so this could be a goodbye. This could hurt their friendships. Now, the highlight of the episode was probably Dana trying on her multiple wigs. I love that the show gave it a little montage, because we've seen her wearing different wigs, playing different characters. I thought that was a great creative touch from the show. Then we had Dana meeting up. Well, she saw Martin. This actually happened before the wig montage. She saw Martin and Vernon meeting up at Orphe Jean's. And we've seen multiple times now. Some random person walks up to Vernon, praises Vernon for the work he did in Congress. So that's what Dana did today. She approached Vernon and Martin, praised them for their work as congressmen, but she was being over the top, just giving the Duprees so much love. It was kind of sarcastic in a way, talking about how they keep Bigfoot safe out there. Anyway, it was still funny, and it was kind of like a tongue-in-cheek thing from Dana, because we have seen in past episodes these random praise their work in Congress, and here comes Dana being shysty about her praise, and then Martin and Vernon just look at each other when she walks away like, what the hell was that? Yeah, Dana is crazy. She then goes home, talks to Eva. Eva thinks Dana's trying on all these wigs to impress the Duprees. Dana had a great line about how she lost her virginity to the Articulates playing in the background, which was Anita's group back in the day, which is another storyline that kind of built in this episode that we'll talk about in a second. But that was another funny line from Dana. And then we get this very interesting flashback. First, I want to say Martin had another nightmare in this episode before Chelsea came over and interrupted that nightmare. And we seem to have like a cop car in this nightmare. And then Dana has this memory of her once husband, Alan. This is after his death. And this is right after she told Eva that maybe they shouldn't tell the secret right now. Maybe they should milk the Duprees for more money before blowing Ted's secret sky high. Eva doesn't know why Dana keeps wanting to add more and more to the plan and make it bigger. And Eva doesn't think Dana could keep quiet much longer, which is probably true because she's going around in all these different disguises, blowing her self up soon enough if she does keep that up. I mean, we saw what happened with Kat last week. But in this flashback, it did make me wonder if maybe Ted is the one that Martin possibly killed. And this was speculation very early on from people I saw online that maybe Martin killed Alan. I think I talked about it at one point in one of these videos weeks and weeks ago, that was a possibility. And it could be again, because after this flashback, Dana tells Eva that this whole thing is about justice. So maybe the whole thing is bigger than just Ted's secret. Maybe somehow Martin is also responsible for Dana's husband, Alan, dying. It would add more dynamics and keep the Dana story going for more than just Ted. And as I talked about last week, as Kaiwan has said in the comments, I want to see how Bill plays into this, because Bill was likely the attorney that got Martin off for whatever he did, but also the attorney that helped Ted make Dana leave town. I just want my Dana and Bill scenes, because I know they're going to be great, because both of them are so good at their characters. So, yeah, this was a very great episode for Dana, and we're getting closer to the truth being revealed, most likely. Ted and Nicole were in this episode. They wanted to have a private anniversary celebration before the anniversary party, which is tomorrow. Now, unfortunately for us, the show is actually preempted for the next 2 days. So we have to wait till Thursday and Friday for the likely shit to go down on this show. But, it keeps us waiting, keeps us anticipating. But Ted and Nicole, I think they were put in this episode because they don't know what's about to hit them. I'm not going to talk about Derek and Ashley. They were moving in together. Derek was kind of being an ass. He wanted to put his stuff everywhere and move Ashley's stuff out. Ashley's mom interrupted and tried to help them. And frankly, I just don't care because, as I said last week, Derek and Ashley just are not fitting into the show. And I don't fast forward all of their scenes, but I fast forward some of them. And I'm going to continue to do so. I don't care. And I watched this on Paramount Plus, so hopefully they will see that happening, that Derek and Ashley get fast forwarded a lot and write their asses off the show, or at least put them both in different storylines, because their whole relationship is boring and not working. The only thing that happened was Anita's possible storyline. Last week, I'm glad they're finally giving Tamara Tooney an actual storyline. I mean, she is one of the big deals when it came to casting, and she was like the first announcement. So that, the character of Anita should have her own story. Her trying to sing again didn't really interest me, though. But then when they talked about the possibility of, Anita doesn't want to have this comeback concert, but she did find it interesting if she could put the Articulates, her old music group, back together. But then talked about the breakup not being good. She didn't like how she treated the other members, Tracy and Sharon, I believe were their character names, back when the breakup did happen. And I can be down for this Articulates drama, especially if they get some interesting actresses to play the other members of the Articulates. I think that could give us some good Anita scenes down the line. So the possible Articulates drama makes me more interested in the Anita storyline. So that was a good addition to today's episode. A solid episode overall. Loving that we're getting some movement in the Chelsea storyline. I am intrigued by the possibility of her and Allison getting closer. What will that mean for Allison's husband? Very interesting there. And of course, Dana was a hoot today. Made me laugh throughout this entire episode. And I can't wait to see what she's about to do to Ted and Nicole at their little anniversary.